2015 Food Sovereignty Prize honoree is the Federation of Southern Cooperatives. The Federation of Southern Cooperatives strengthens a vital piece of food sovereignty, keeping land in the hands of family farmers who are surviving in the face of industrial agriculture that seeks a farming without farmers, as well as a synthetic and structural racism that has forced farmers off the land. The Federation was born in 1967 out of the Civil Rights Movement, and to keep farms black and family-owned, the Federation has been developing and supporting land-based cooperatives, providing training in sustainable agriculture and forestry, and advocating for farmers in the courts in the state and national legislatures. Through the Federation's leadership, the U.S. Department of Agriculture finally settled with thousands of families of black farmers who were forced off their land, with corrupt and racist USDA officials denied farmers access to credit and programs that farmers needed to survive. Through made up primarily of African American farmers, the Federation includes Native Americans, Latino, and white farmers in farmer cooperatives across 16 southern black farmer states. The Federation's work and lessons may be more important than over 100 years ago. Black farmers owned or operated 14% of farmland in the U.S., but today only 4.4% of farmland in the U.S. is operated by black farmers. Ben Burkett, a farmer, Mississippi Association of Cooperatives Director, and National Family Farm Coalition Board President, said, "Our view is local production for local consumption. It's just supporting mankind as family farmers. Everything we're about is food sovereignty, the right of every individual on earth to wholesome food, clean water, clean air, clean land, and the self-determination of a local community to grow and do what they want. We just recognize the natural flow of life. It's what we've done always." So with that, we'd like to present this award to Cornelius Blanding, was selected by the Board of Directors to be the new Executive Director of the Federation of Southern Cooperatives Land Assistance Fund this past March, succeeding Director Ralph Page, who served as Executive Director from 1985 to 2015. Cornelius previously serves as the Director of Marketing and International Development for the Federation of Southern Cooperatives Land Assistance Fund, in which he specializes in marketing, capacity development, strategic planning, and rural international program development, implementation, and management. So with that, a big hand for Cornelius Blanding and the Federation of Southern Cooperatives.
You want me to keep this up here with me? If you'd like. All right, well, let me read it. The 2015 Food Sovereignty Prize honors the Federation of Southern Cooperatives for their commitment to advancing human rights, justice, freedom, and equality for all people through the food sovereignty movement. You see, I guess that messed up the flow of everything. I wasn't supposed to come up until you called me, huh? Well, it's an honor to be here in this place at this time, I tell you. And I'd like to really congratulate the past honorees. It's the past awardee honorees. It's an honor to be following you, MST in Brazil. We actually spent time with some representatives from MST in Cuba for the 55th anniversary of land reform in Cuba, and talked about our movements together and some similarities of the work. The Family Farm Defenders, we did quite a bit of work with you after Hurricane Katrina in terms of providing food around rural communities and agricultural communities around the South, and especially in Louisiana. The National Family Farm Coalition, been a part of you all and have representation on your board. Petrus, so you know we had a chance to talk on the way up. When President Nelson Mandela first came in office, he sent his first Minister of Agriculture, Derek Heinegam, to the Federation to look at land reform issues that we were dealing with, and the hopes to look at that and change the movement in South Africa. So you see, our movement is truly global. We're all connected. We all have the same issues, the same problem, and we must all work from it from the same angles. This is a global movement. Let me start by saying thank you to the U.S. Food Sovereignty Alliance. Thank you to the Alliance and all those responsible for recognizing our organization, our mission, and the work that we've done over 48 years. I also want to thank the supporters, the people who make this award and this event possible. And let me especially say thank you to all of you and all those advocates for food sovereignty who make our work and this prize that much more special. I wasn't here. This event's been going on for a few days, and I couldn't make it. But I'm glad I got a chance to spend time with the committees today. I walked around on the peripheral of many of the committee meetings that were going on, and I got sucked into one of the committee meetings today. And the conversation started going to cooperatives and land, and I started getting real excited about that, because our work, the Federation of Southern Cooperatives, is a nonprofit cooperative association of black farmers, landowners, and cooperatives all around the South. And again, we were formed out of the civil rights movement. So the work around cooperatives is very exciting to me. The work around land is very exciting. There's some critical periods of time, some critical things that happen that form the basis of our organization. Before and during the 60s, during the civil rights movement, there were cooperatives. The cooperative movement collided with the civil rights movement. You had a lot of black farmers and landowners who were that experienced a lot of racism, a lot of inequities that started forming out of necessity. You had farmers in Tennessee who couldn't get gas because of racism, who formed cooperatives. You had women who were in Alberta, Alabama, one of the poorest counties in Alabama, who had to form because of trying to register to vote and being kicked off jobs, and had to form worker cooperatives. You had sweet potato growers in Louisiana who couldn't get a fair price for their product, who had to form cooperatives. You had land buyers in Alabama who formed cooperatives, all out of necessity. But there were 22 co-ops that came together in 1967 that created the Federation of Southern Cooperatives. So we're truly a land-based movement, a movement from grassroots and directly from the people, forming cooperatives out of necessity. So cooperatives is a big piece of the work that we do and what we're about. But also important dates that mean a lot. Land, we talk about land, and land is the basis of land is the basis of everything, and especially food sovereignty. In 1910, there were roughly 15 million acres of land owned by 218,000 black farmers. Before the turn of the century, less than 100 years, the 1992 Ag Census reported there were only 18,000 black farmers remaining, owning about 2.3 million acres of land. So the black farm land loss was going at such an alarming rate, they thought there would be no more black land by the year 2000. That forms the basis of the work we do, reversing that trend and saving black-owned land. Because again, land is the central piece of food sovereignty. Without land, there is no food. So again, those are the critical pieces that form our work, and we say all land matters, but we especially want to say that black land matters. It matters to us in the South, it matters to our communities, it matters to this work, and it should matter to this world. And we're going to keep fighting to save black-owned land. But again, all land matters. Land is the basis of food sovereignty. So I want to say thank you. I want to, on behalf of the Federation of Southern Cooperatives, our board of directors, our committed staff who works toward the mission of the organization daily, and more importantly, black farmers, landowners, and cooperatives. On behalf of them, I accept this award. But I also want to congratulate our co-winner, the Black Fraternal Organization of Honduras, because it's truly when we all start to work together, when we all start realizing the value of land, and we all start realizing how important this work is and how global this movement is, that we'll start making some movement on food sovereignty and the democratic control of land. So again, I say thank you, and let's keep up the fight.
Thank you so much. Thank you.